Where do we go from here, I suppose? Iraq is an open wound, and the Iraqi people have a perfect right to be angry. A number of people who are dying.
Yeah, sure.
Afghanistan doesn't seem to be working. I wish I could say the opposite, but it's very troubling. The Muslim world is boiling. I can understand some of the reasons why. How do we approach, as Westerners, how do we now approach Islam and the Muslim world? What do we say to them? What do we do?
Number one, the most important part here is to support a sort of peaceful understanding of Islam to dominate, because the cause of all these troubles that you mentioned, Iraq or Afghanistan, all were triggered by and initiated by the attack of September 11th, which were done by Islamists. So if there is someone to be blamed, it is the Islamists. And actually the weak response that happened after they attacked Tanzania and Kenya, the embassies of USA, the weak response back then encouraged the terrorists to attack you again, or attack the free world again. So the whole problem was triggered by this form of teaching and by Islamism and by terrorism. So it's unfair to put all the blame on the West, because I noticed something in the West, that many people have extraordinary ability to do self-criticism, but the moment they come to criticize others, they become mentally paralyzed. They have no problem to say the Catholic Church was wrong in the Dark Ages. They have no problem to say Bush administration is wrong. They have no problem at all to criticize themselves. But when they come to criticize others, they, as I mentioned, they become mentally paralyzed. So what if the problem is in the others? What will happen then? If you all, it will be like a mechanic who assumed that the problem is in the engine, while the problem is in the battery. He can spend all his life fixing the engine and it will not work. And that is the main cause of the problem. Because if you want to solve this problem, you have to address the causes in unbiased manner. If the problem is in the Islamic teaching, then it is in the Islamic teaching. Otherwise, you will be a liar if you didn't say this. So the truth here is that there are many factors here in this whole equation, okay? But trying to deny the factors that even the terrorists themselves said to you clearly. Zawaheri just said recently on the CNN that if you all converted to Islam or subjugated to Islamic Sharia or Taliban-like system, in other words, just to make it clear for you what does he mean, they will stop terrorism. So all these causes, imaginary causes, that Iraqi war and Arab-Palestinian conflict and the frustration in the middle, who should be frustrated? They are killing innocents everywhere. They are killing their Iraqi Christians and the Iraqi Shias. They are killing people in Algeria, innocent tourists in Egypt. Who should be frustrated, you or them? I just can't understand it.
You're frustrated, obviously.
Frustrated of the lack of wisdom in approaching this problem. Because you need some element of wisdom to think in an honest manner. All what is needed here is honesty. If I am wrong, I will say I am wrong. If the others are wrong, I will say the others are wrong. Just scientific analysis.